Everything I spit rare, we sounded that great. Area podcast, they talk about hip hop all the way in the UK, so they gon' get props. Ooh, let me catch it once again. Every time I'm spitting, I'll be
okay. AI in music. It's been a hot topic for a few months now. Obviously, AI has been around, but it feels like the last few months it's really sort of come on leaps and bounds and is all over the news, particularly in music. How do we all feel, just briefly, before we talk in detail about it? Like, Theo, do you want to go first? How do you feel about AI in music?
To be honest, I'm okay with it because I'm not gonna lie, in some places, man, it is gassed me because when you've got when I heard Kanye AI, I was getting gassed. I'm not even gonna lie. I know it might be a hot topic, but when it's used well, it's used. It sounds great, and I'm not going to lie. And it's the latest technology, so why not use it? The only thing I would say is that what I've learned and going forward, it's going to be really interesting what they kind of do with it. There's certain artists that you cannot use AI for because they're just so unique. Like Kendrick being one of them, they have not been able to lock that down because he's just far too unique, and obviously it doesn't sound that great. But as a whole, no, it's something different, it's new, and it's got me gassed in areas. So. That's me, really.
Cool. What about you, Kieran?
No, I'm kind of on the same page with Theo. I feel like it's if you're mimicking complex things, it's not going to go so well right now because the technology is kind of simple. And it also depends on who's programming it and what person is actually deciding I want to use Grimes for these lyrics or whatever. Because it's just like normal music. I want to use this instrument on this track, but if you don't produce it well, it's not going to sound good. So it's a similar thing. Some of them have been trashed because it's like, who are these people making the music? But I've heard some good mashups as well.
Okay, yeah, you were pushing.
Yeah, I was gassed
early,
from the day one.
I was like the guy in The Exorcist. I had the cross out. I'm not listening to these robots.
I was feeling that Kanye, the Justin Bieber.
Yeah, the Kanye one was hard.
Yeah.
That one.
Do you know what
was
it is as well with
hard,
Kanye? He doesn't vocal as well as he used to. So hearing him sounding like this sounds quite nice.
What about you,
For me, it was the Drake song that got me actually looking at this because I am really interested in tech and AI, but I just was a bit like, oh, okay, they're making AI music because obviously I heard about the production stuff years ago, but it wasn't that good. But now it's like you can just vocally synthesize an artist's voice. I was like, okay, that's interesting. And again, that was just a passing thing. But when I heard that Drake song and it was Drake in the Weeknd, I was like, hang on, is this the beat is AI or is this a real song? Is it not a real song? And it sounded to me like a Drake song. But yeah, I was impressed. And I'm kind of thinking to myself, wow, this is impressive now. It's not like a gimmick. It could actually be usable.
Yeah, see, I'll be honest. Until recent weeks, I've just been so anti it. I still haven't listened to a single AI song. I have my concerns about it ethically, and also just in terms of the creative process. I think also because of the industry I work in, there's the WGA strike at the moment as well, which is big news in film and TV. And from talking to creatives, there's a genuine worry about AI and what it might do for jobs and art in general. But I'm starting to realize that maybe the way forward is learning how to live with it and to regulate it rather than just be anti it or let it take over.
That's like anything.
Yeah,
that's like when producers were out here banging on an MPC and they're like, oh, what are you making music in a computer for? Or before the MPC and all something, oh, what are you doing, using other people's music? Anytime technology starts advancing, there's always people that are established in the industry that are worried about it. And then the people that are coming up are going to use it as a tool. Do you know what I mean? And there's still going to be the people that swear it off. But imagine if you're an artist yourself, you synthesize your voice and you can prototype songs. You could make 100 songs a day and listen to your own music all day and be like, that one's actually got some legs. Let me put more time and effort into that. You know what I mean? Or even bigger artists doing it. You know what I mean? It's what's wrong with that? There's only a benefit to that as opposed to a loss.
Mm-hmm. I want to add to what Sam's saying as well, because there's this Bjork quote that's so good. It's from early 2000s when synthesizers were in mainstream. And she said she doesn't understand why people think that synth music is lifeless, because if a synth feels lifeless to you, it's because the person didn't put their soul into producing it and like mixing it or whatever. So I think it applies to AI voices as well.
Oh yeah, definitely. And there's an element of it that if me and you or all four of us were to try and do it, right, we're not going to sound like the artist at all. You have to actually try to perform it like them. Do you know what I mean? It's the same as doing an impression. All that it's doing is making sure your impression is spot on. But people have done, you know, gags and lookalikes and whatever type stuff for years. Like, do lookalikes take away from actual celebrities? No. Well, so will AI music take away from actual artistry? Probably not. It's just a new thing that's happening, isn't it?
I think the thing that I go to though is, and we've seen it with all industries in recent years, in recent centuries even, is that things can get to a point where, in order to make more money or not spend as much money, people get replaced by machines and jobs get lost. And what personally, I want to listen to an actual person make music. I don't really want to listen to a computer. Like for instance, if say one of the huge record labels starts releasing music made completely by AI, so it's not mimicking anyone, it's just its own thing, and these are all the artists that they're signing and releasing music, and suddenly really talented people out there aren't getting deals, and are having to look elsewhere for work and pursue other interests. That's when it becomes a problem. So that's what I mean. I think it just needs to be regulated, and we learn to live with it in a safe and manageable way. Because there's aspects to it that I'm like, no,
but there's an element of this though, where someone might be able to write amazing songs, but they can't connect with songwriters, or the other way around. They might be an amazing singer, but they can't connect with a songwriter. And I think these tools are going to help them to get on. Like I know as a collective, as a human race or a music loving type people, we're actually not against this type of stuff as much as we think we are. Everybody loves Gorillaz, and Gorillaz isn't actually, yes, we know who's behind it, but the whole thing is a cartoon. Do you know, people I'd never go watch a cartoon. It's like, it's fine, don't worry, because there's plenty of people that are willing to go watch the Gorillaz, with their animations going on and all that kind of performance. So, and there's Japanese stuff as well, where there's just like an animated performer, like no one really knows who the artist is. So again, I don't know. I feel like it's more of a tool than like artists will start making a fully AI. I mean, labels will start making a fully AI artist, because that doesn't make any sense.
Well, but that's what I mean is, so to be more specific, using it as a tool, using it to like in coexistence with people and actual instruments and things like that. For instance, in editing, like I completely understand how AI might help with editing, but to completely replace, say, a writer or a singer or a rapper, whatever, a producer, that to me is I don't like that. Well, that worries me a little bit. But
to be honest, it's like what Kieran said. It's the soul. Like there's you can get an AI video editor, but it's not looking for what a human's looking for. It's not putting that same breath and emotion into it. You still have to have someone to like move the machine in the right way. So I don't know. I feel like the soulless stuff is always going to feel soulless, because no offense, if the AIs do start taking over, then yes, you always had a soul all along. Sorry, but right now we don't know that. Do you know what I mean? Like it's very emotionless.
Yeah. I think though as well, like I say, I'm not completely anti it. My thing, like I say, is just more worry about the long term future. I think to be anti it is also dangerous. I think there was a time where I imagine, I know I'm going completely off into a different industry, but if you said to people 50 years ago that there'd be self-checkout counters in supermarkets, or like 100 years ago you'd have you'd online bank, they'd be like,
no, the self-checkout one's still baffling.
You know what I mean? So,
I'm not going to lie.
No, do you know what it is?
Yeah.
I'm actually not being paid by the supermarket to do this, but it's so much more convenient. But I'm like, wait, I am now doing a job here. I am doing work. What the hell is this? And even now, they've made it even easier with the scan and shop. So you scan your own shopper and you pack it away. You go and put the thing back, and all of a sudden everything's done. And Amazon's even got the ones with we just put it in your bag and then you walk out and it
It's
pays.
so crazy.
Like, but you're
Yeah.
right about that, Sean. Actually,
Amazon's that prime example of.
oi, where's the bomb?
I didn't know
I love that.
like when I was saying about the need for, or not the need, the greed even of organisations and wanting to, make as much money as possible, spend as little as possible. That's an organisation to look to, who completely try to maximise profits. And I mean, we've all heard the things about drones delivering stuff and all that. I know we're getting off topic, but I think with AI, learning to live with it is the key. Regulating it is the key. And I think another thing just to mention, maybe I'm moving on a little bit too soon, but I think if it's on the artist's terms, then of course it's okay. It's their art. So for instance, Grimes, like we've mentioned that, before we started recording, Grimes, as far as I'm aware, has set up some kind of software in which you can, what is it, like you sing and it changes your voice into hers, or you write some, or, I don't know how it works. Someone maybe knows more than me. And then if she approves it or they approve it, it's a 50-50 split in royalties.
Yeah, they
Am I
even
correct in
dropped
that?
the song on
Like that, yeah.
Spotify as well.
So if it's on the artist, I mean, that to me is like, that's thinking ahead. That's like, okay, there's no stopping this. I got to learn to live with this. I got to learn how I can maintain my artistic integrity and expression, and also keep making money. I rate it. I think it's cool. I think it's like I said, sort of forward thinking. But yeah, how do we feel about that?
The generative thing, or like that Grimes has got.
Yeah, I guess just as a way forward, like for instance, you've spoken about Kanye, Drake, like there's these songs out there that I mean, I don't know if they're just like free on YouTube and things like that. So obviously,
Well, there's
not
obviously
so
the
much-
legal.
There's not really
The
an
legal
issue
tape
there.
around it is like, who owns that? Is that because it's the artist's voice or it's the artist's style? It's all that whole thing that what happened with what's that song that Pharrell Williams did with Robin Thicke that had the
Blurred
whole
lines.
Yeah. So is it one of those situations where
wow.
you're taking my vibe, or like is it illegal to sound like someone else like a lot because you're not actually using their material, you're just sounding like them. You see what I'm trying to say? So we're in a weird area now where I personally think it's okay. I think it's one of those things where let it be what it is, but also I'm all up for the repurposing and reusing of work as long as you're fairly credited for that work. And if there is a monetizable event, then the split has to be agreed to be whatever it is, because 50-50 isn't technically fair. If the person's done all the work to make the music and the artist is just the artist, it might work out that realistically it's a 60-40 in share of the person that made the music. Like that, you know what I mean? It's really difficult, but I'm definitely not against all this. I'm quite very much for it, but I don't know. It's not up to us what happens, really. It's up to the labels, isn't it?
I feel like there's two main things though, isn't it? It's like artists that are using AI technology to improve their craft or make things easier for themselves, and it comes across really well and like ingenuity. I don't know what the word I'm trying to say.
That
Yeah,
word.
Ingenuitive.
that's the one.
Anyway, and the other thing is kind of like doing mashups, remixes, that kind of thing. Like and that's always been around though, like the covers, mashup, that YouTube kind of thing. You always spot like a mad mashup album. It's just like wow, it's that culture as well. It's not really that different, to be honest.
Yeah.
I hear what you're saying, and I think Sam said something similar earlier as well. I think there's always been times in music where, like, do you remember you used to hear people say like you say the use of things like NPCs and stuff like that, and like that's not real music, and or like I imagine when people first started producing mixtapes and they were rapping over other people's beats, even if they weren't selling them and they were just like giving them away off the out the back of cars or whatever, that might have pissed off the artist because it's like you're using my beat, you're using So I think there'll always be there's always going to be a bit of backlash, and then
I just clocked because of
period.
what you just said though. It's gonna take like a track that does it so well. You're like, wow, yeah, now I'm convinced. Because I'm thinking like with the mixtape one, like when Wayne made like the Drought Free, for example, there was like tracks like Sky's the Limit on it. It's like, wow, making just raps over someone else's track and actually turning it into something incredible. So I
Yeah.
feel like when someone does like an AI thing that really blows your mind, then we'll be more convinced.
There's one thing that we kind of glossed over here that's like commonplace now in the rap scene is type beats. So you make a beat that's for a certain type of rapper, you know, J. Cole type beat, Drake type beat. But those
trust
beats
me, that is
bang.
all- yeah.
Some of them beats out there absolutely bang, and they
They
sound
do,
like,
but-
yeah, I can definitely hear the artist on this. But it's so
Trust
commonplace
me.
now that some rappers actually go on YouTube and look for their own type
Trust
beats.
me.
As J. Cole even did it.
But J. Cole did it. J. Cole did it. And you know what? That guy, Batman, on YouTube, he produces the most amazing beats, you know, and you're so right with the type beat. It is like, that is going to be the new thing, you know, it's going to be this type beat, and then they're going to get the AI
type
voice to
song,
match it,
yeah.
and it's just going to, it's going to sound fire, you know that. It's going to sound fire because there's so many of them. There's that Kid Goran, there's Batman, there's Dilly Got It
Theo's
Bumping, there's
tapped
Homage
in.
Beats, there's tons,
But this
there's
is what I'm
tons
saying.
of them, man, and they've all got type. They've all got type beats. They've all got Isaiah Rashad type beat. What's it? Mick Jenkins type beat. Kendrick type beat. Drake type sound. Rick Ross. It's all of it. It's just mad.
But are these type beats? Are they being produced
Yeah,
by a person?
But my
by a
point
human
is
being?
that is not
Yeah,
this
it's
music
being-
that's just
yeah.
made like, oh, okay, I want to make this type of beat, whatever, and it's just like, oh, this is a funk style sample type beat, right? Isn't it's like this is who I hear being on this beat. They're putting the intention out there. So the idea for me, what I'm thinking is I'd like to hear so and so make this song, and then you can make the whole song, and it's done. And then if the artist, you know, likes it and moves with it, then it's a real thing. If it's not, then I don't know.
Do you know where my concern comes from though? Is not so much the technology, the technology. It's if we look back at the history of the music industry, exploitation is just constant, right? And if we go to recent history and we look at the shift from physical to digital to streaming, I don't think it's been very good, to be honest. I don't think, like, for instance, we hear a lot about how much people get paid per stream, and it's kind of shocking. A lot of the time when I hear like the minuscule amounts that you get per song. Obviously, for someone like Drake or Ed Sheeran, it's cool because so many people listen to them, but it's taking the piss, really. And then it's also still to this day, like they've got this way of quantifying how many streams make up a sale, and then that transfers over to the charts and things. There should have just been a separate way of. There should be like physical sales, digital, like, you know, sales, and then streams.
I think it should be a percentage of my
I don't think
fee
they
that
quite figured
I
it
pay
out.
to Spotify. So I pay £12 a month because I've got like a duo account. I've got two people, right? So okay, let's say I have £6.99 of that. Okay, £2.99 of that goes straight to Spotify, and the other £4. Let's say if I listen to one album on repeat, that whole £4 goes to that artist. Do you know what I mean? I shouldn't have to play a song 1,000 times before it's because I don't think I've listened to most songs 1,000 times. Maybe maybe some of the new songs that have come out recently, but we're not getting into that. But you're definitely right, Sean. Huh?
But you get
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? It's like, and we can go back further. We can talk about some of these huge names in music that were getting given terrible deals, like shockingly bad deals that they didn't have the sort of the financial or the legal
But
knowledge
Sean,
to
linking
navigate.
to that, I've
and-
got like the worst scenario. Like, imagine you don't own your masters or anything. Someone makes an AI track of you, but you don't even get a say whether that comes out or not. Like, they
That's the
go through the
truth.
label. Label's like, yeah, cool, we're dropping this. You can't stop that.
And this is my concern: is like, say a label has. I'm thinking of other scenarios. It's like, say a label's got an artist on their books and they're taking a while to put together an album within the space of their contract for whatever reason, you know. And like you say, they've got this terrible deal where they own this like tiny amount, or they don't own their masters at all, and that label decides, you know what, like I think we're just going to let this deal run out, and then we'll go and we'll use our AI generator or whatever to make something that sounds like you, and what, you know, what worked from that album that sold a load, but not like the other two that hasn't done so well, and that's the concern for me, is that as far as from what we can only go on history, really. The gatekeepers, the powers that be, have always exploited artists, And I just hope that there is some sort of regulation that stops that from happening again. Because, like I say, I don't think that the whole streaming thing is really. It could have been done better. I think.
I don't know if they're going to care about the artists, like on an individual, like, because that's not the track record for the music industry.
Exactly.
If it benefits
it's not,
the label or looks bad on the label, then they'll make the law about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's going to take like collective action and people being savvy early on, basically doing things like what Grimes are doing, or doing things like the WGA strike, and like causing a ruckus, and hopefully we find a balance and we're able to work with AI rather than be taken over by it, and enjoy it as well, a bit like some of the features and whatnot that are out there on certain platforms.
Yeah, I mean, talking about the stuff we enjoy, we've had all this kind of up and down negative talk and kind of positive talk or whatever, but all four of us are enjoying the Spotify DJ, the man X.
So good.
He or they, or let's get the right pronouns. What do you call an AI? Is an AI a they?
I think it's a they,
Okay.
even though it's a guy's voice.
Yeah, I think it is. I think it is they.
But they are playing the bangers. And I think the thing is, what we haven't realized is that AI or that software knows all the music you've listened to for however long you've had a Spotify account. And I've had one since 2010 or 11. Imagine having 12 years of knowledge on somebody. That's like, it's not like stuff you can manipulate. It's just what they like. And
I'm not surprised though, because like Spotify's playlists, their algorithm for making playlists for you has always been like top tier.
Trust me.
So who's surprised that they've got some crazy AI DJ reading your mind? Like, I feel like sometimes I'm just sitting there like, I kind of want this next, and then you press next and it happens. It's so sick.
I mean, everyone talk about your experience of opening it up, because for me, it was Saturday. I was like, oh yeah, let me get ready to go out. Let me try this Spotify DJ thing. And the way it was booming was crazy. Like, it was like, oh, this is what you're recently listening to. Okay, I'm going to play some stuff like that. I was like, all right, cool. And then I was like, let me have a shower. And then when I got out of the shower, I started playing Little John. And like, Little John is like that Get Crunk music. And I was like, I'm so ready to go now. Do you know what I mean? I was moving crazy. But like, then I said to you lot in the group chat, I think on Sunday, I was like, oh, you guys need to fucking get on this. And no one had used it yet. So yeah, talk to me about your experience of when you first cracked it open.
My story's not funny like that. I just enjoyed it.
Oh no!
I mean, but tell the listener like what happened for you, like, so that they want to go and do it themselves.
Do you know what I really like?
Well,
sorry, Sean, you go. No. What I really like is they've got this. They talk to you like an actual DJ, and it's quite personal. But they've got this.
Yeah, love
button.
that.
Like, if you're not feeling the vibe, you could just, instead of pressing next, you press the blue button, and it just flips the whole thing. So say say they were just playing like recent songs you've liked. You press the blue button, then it's like, oh, do you know what? Let me show you some stuff you might have missed, and then they just play the craziest tunes that like you definitely love, but you don't know how you would find like it. I don't even think this would be on Discover Weekly. Like, it's so much better how they're sourcing the content. And I feel like, Sean, you got quite a good little anecdote about your experience when you were doing that.
Yeah, well, I was going to say something similar. Is that like you say, there's the sort of switch up button, and just to say, like, when I first did it, it was playing a lot of the sort of R&B music that I've been listening to this year, but the songs that I definitely like. And I know that, like, like we've mentioned, the algorithms and things like that, so that it's kind of happened in the past. But yeah, so I was listening to that, and then I thought, you know what, I'm going to just try the button. I'll try the feature out, and it started suggesting songs, but not. It wasn't just like, oh, you listen to this artist and this one sounds similar. It was like so good, but deep cuts as well. Like, it even said it was like, we're going to give you some deep cuts now, and I was like, oh, what's this going to be like? And it was so like in tune with the kind of things that I would try and find. I mean, put it this way, it was a Sampha feature. I don't know how I didn't know this Sampha feature was out there, but it was incredible. And then there was, I can't remember what the rapper's name was. There was this song with Pink Sifu. It was just like really, it was quite random and obscure. It wasn't like things in line with like the bigger artists, but it was such good quality music. And Yeah, Theo, what about you? What's your experience been?
I'm just the thing is when I went onto it, I just couldn't. The guy just understood the vibes, and you might crack up that the first song that it went on, but it just understood the vibes. It was like I love the fact that it talks to you. It's like, yeah, I check. I know you're checking your man out, Logic.
It's onto you, Theo. It knows. It
Oh
knows.
my god.
So it knew. So that cracked me up because it was like, oh no, it knows, it knows, and then it didn't just. It was the song it picked as well, and I was like, oh,
you know, what was it?
it knows.
Oh, which one was it?
Wait,
Spill the beans.
wait, can we just pause the AI talk? Wait, can we just quickly pause? Because I think we need to have. Or maybe an intervention's a bit harsh, but we just need to discuss.
Oh, man.
Theo, how much Logic are you listening to?
He's listened to loads of it on the sly, man. I'm telling you,
It's
he
a
pretends
secret,
like, no, I'm done with Logic, blah blah blah. He's onto Logic. Like, he
Goes
loves
offline
Logic.
and plays it.
Trust me. Hides his listening history and starts playing Logic.
No, Logic is the one. No, it's because his latest album is the one, man. Which one? I've not shied away from this. I've not shied away from College Park. I've not shied away from. I can't even see the Vinyl Days. Them two albums. Yeah,
But Theo, your music taste is wide ranging and eclectic, and I know who your favorite artists are. And the first song that comes on with this AI,
That's when you know you've gone too far. I feel like you listened to it just to support him.
The intro speech was like, yeah, you love Logic, so here's all the Logic. Here's the best hits of Logic. That's all I'm going to play.
Oh man.
and this is no disrespect to Logic. Look, you know how I feel. Like he seems like a nice guy. He doesn't make bad music. I'll leave it there. But Logic, Theo. So like on like a weekly, how much would you say you listen to Logic weekly?
No, I haven't listened to Logic in like the last 6 months.
I don't believe that.
It's just
That's actually
no. Trust me. No,
He had an
trust
album
me,
in
it is
January,
true,
man.
'cause I've not listened to it.
That's how I know you're gassing.
It's sad, and I feel like I've got to do it.
Oh man.
Oh no, but I'll put it this way: I hadn't listened to him for a while, man. Because it was because what was it? It was what was the song that came? Oh, it was Paradise 2 that came up, and I was like, boy, you know, in the vibes. And then he just switched it up to Get a Report from Nas. I was like, wait, this is fine. And then it went from Get a Report to Kingdom Hearts to Heaven to me by Tyler. And I was like, it was the way it flowed, the way like you couldn't have just married that up even more. And I was just like, this is just unbelievable. And then when I tested the button out, obviously to change up the different vibes, the sheer fact that when I was working and I wanted more of a chill vibe, to then put Into the West by Harry Lennox from flipping Lord of the Rings, I'm sorry, that's when I was like, nah, this thing knows me too well, man. I just wanted a chill out vibe, and then it was like, this is
The way
just
they flip the vibe with the
unbelievable.
button is
I couldn't
so
believe
crazy.
it. Yeah, it's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. So no, I'm loving it. I can't wait, especially because this year I've been listening to like loads more different genres. I wonder if it switches up to like country, folk, indie, and stuff like that. It's going to be unbelievable.
Well, I mean, if you
Yeah, it's
hit
a
the
fun
blue
tool
button,
for
it
people,
does actually completely flip genres. Like, it's not like it. Well, obviously, if you only listen to rap, then it's going to think you only like rap. But when you hit that blue button, it will completely switch up the vibe. Like, and it's seamless. Like, he just comes in, it's like, okay, you weren't feeling that, or you know what, let's move on to this, and it's like, oh shit, you actually caught me.
I'm just thinking to myself, why did it start with R&B? With
What
me?
time
Like,
of day was
That
it?
is
What was I
interesting.
doing in that
yeah.
moment?
What time of day was it for you
That
when
is
you pressed play
interesting.
on it? What time of day was it
Sorry?
when you pressed play?
Sean, you know you've been listening to Kelela a lot, innit? I feel like that might be.
I have been, yeah.
I think it's
Yeah.
it's
And
the time of
Kaliuchi.
day. I think it kind of knows
Well.
the time of day, and I think it takes into account maybe things like the weather. Do you know
The
what I
weather,
mean?
100%.
I think it might even know like if you're like driving. Do you know what
Put
I mean?
it on
I
on
think
a sunny day. The vibe is crazy.
this is what I'm
Like, you
saying.
couldn't
I
pick a
think it
better
takes in
summer
little
playlist.
bits of data that like aren't like messing up your privacy, but it's like it knows if you're driving, it knows if you're on the train. You know what I mean? So it's setting them vibes.
I tell you what though, if I'm driving and it puts on "Scaring the Hose," I'm not doing it again. that thing. That's how you know it's trying to kill you. Right?
You know what? We didn't even talk about the dark side. Like, there's some wrong music that could get played in certain hours.
This is true, actually. This is true. Yeah. It could be like, oh, you love this song. I'm like, don't play the new J Hus song when I'm trying to go to bed. Do you know what I mean? Can you furiously, deviously, whoa,
nightmares.
As soon as I hear that beat, do you know what? I've been listening to that every morning, yeah. And the way I've been like marching to work, not walking, I've been doing army stop to
healthy,
work,
man.
Because that's song.
I
listen on that Friday last week, yeah. On Friday, was it Friday or I don't know? Whenever that song came out, yeah, I literally listened to it the whole way to work. Normally, I listen to a podcast or a little relaxing playlist. I listened to that song on repeat pretty much the whole day.
Yeah, me too. I think I wheeled it 5 or 6 times before I got to the end.
Did you not feel the hype that I had when I discovered it come out? Oh my god, I could barely type.
No. I chose to listen to it at the wrong time as well. It was like very early in the morning, like just
espresso.
Waking up. It was like, your body's not moving right, so you're just kind of just jerking around it. Yeah, it was not probably not healthy, but yeah,
that's wiggling your butt in bed.
Nah, that song. I think that's a prime example of AI and all that kind of tech stuff that it could work really amazingly. Imagine if it's like, do you know what? You haven't heard a new J Hus song in a while. Here's you lot are stupid.
Holy shit. Could you imagine there was an AI grey area?
See, I'm down for that because I don't know. I mean, I'm revealing the source here, but we missed the release day. Oh, boo-hoo, whatever. But imagine if we could just AI that one up. Be like, listen, just start talking about anything that's coming. Monthly wrap-ups. Just give it everyone's personality. Be like, Kieran is the voice of reason. Sean is also fair. Me and Theo are wildcards and say random stuff. These are the banned words. Don't say these words. If you say this rapper's name, bleep it and bang. Do you know what I mean? Podcast on. That's where we'll get Sean into supporting AIs if we get AI the whole podcast.
Imagine. Oh wow. Do you know what though? Like, just a bit of devil's advocate. Do you think there's an issue with potential like bias or stereotypes and things like that? If it's like learning you and downloading your data and all that, and then do you understand what I mean by that?
Yeah.
Like.
No, I fully feel you.
Well,
so
like
it could do something wrong or say something wrong.
Yeah.
Like you could be having a terrible day, yeah, and you could be like, let's say you lost a family member, touch wood, no one loses a family member. You've lost a family member, and recently you've been playing a favorite song for them, and then it's like, oh, I know you've been loving this song. All of a sudden you're in, rush hour traffic, bawling tears.
Yeah.
Because for me, when my grandma was sick, she loved the sound of music, so we would play all that music and that whole film all the time. I fucking hate that music. It just reminds me of her. Do you know what I mean? But fucking X would pop up maybe one day and be like, "I know you're loving this music." Fam, next thing you know, I'm crying in the middle of Aldi. Like, what's going on?
He's cancelled.
This is like, this is like Black Mirror stuff.
Oh yeah, no, we every day we edge closer and closer to that, closer and closer to Black Mirror life. Like, we're already halfway there. You've never used TikTok, Sean, but trust me, TikTok knows you. Like, it knows you and what you like. I don't know how it figures it out, but bro, if you're into some weird shit, it's going to show you that weird shit. And if you're into some cool shit, it's going to show you that cool shit. But people be like, why is my TikTok showing me this? Because that's what you're into. Don't lie. Do you know what I mean?
Well, this is the thing as well, isn't it? Like, this whole, whatever you want to call it, like, we're saying AI, but technology, a lot of what seems to be just sort of in the media right now and at the forefront of things has just been going on for a long while, right? It's gotten to its new stage, and technology is moving so fast that it feels like it's come out of nowhere. But really, we've been using different forms of AI and like technological aids for God knows how long. I think things like word correct, like, again, like, imagine telling someone 50 years ago that you could, like, rather than write something down, you type it up, and if you spell it wrong, it's just going to correct it for you. They'd be like, "Oh, you're lazy," or like, "That's wrong." That's like,
that's a prime example. Recently, I've been trying to get back to writing with pen and paper, right? And I'm like, I know that word is wrong, but I ain't got time to be checking to spell check it. But it's like, I realized I don't actually know a lot of like not like simple language. I'm talking about like extravagant words, big words. I'm like, oh shit, I actually don't know how to spell that. Oh well, do you know what I mean? I can't double tap on the pen and paper. But you're definitely right though. Things like that are going to be 50, 60 years from now commonplace. I don't know where AI and the music will slot in, but it's definitely going to be there for like what we've been experiencing the last week, which is music suggestion, playlist curation. Imagine, Sean, you could tell it, we could all link up our Spotify accounts, everybody that's coming to your barbecue or whatever, and you'd be like, right, start out with these types of vibes, proceed to them type of vibes.
Ooh.
Do you know what I mean? And then when the sun goes down, start moving into this type of vibe, because all my other friends are coming and my friends and my family are leaving. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, man.
It could carry you through the whole night. And you could also tell it like, yo, don't talk though. Don't do your whole I'm gonna pop up and talk some shit. Just play the bangers and be gone. Do you know what I mean? That's a good place for it to be.
Do you know that the other? Yeah. Do you know the other fun tool we didn't talk about was the like the pitchfork type review generator.
You
thing.
love that.
I was having some fun with that, man.
I was having a lot of fun with that. That's fun. But it's when you did it the first time and it just threw me off. I was like, what on earth is this? The way I actually thought it was like some Kendrick album as well. It's like I've never seen this cover art before.
3.3 for To Pimp a Butterfly, but surely that's out of 5, man. Like that, those scorings on that one. Surely that's out of 5. It called it a masterpiece and then gave it a 3.3. I just don't.
Even if that's was
clearly
out
got
of 5
work.
though, that's still a bit low for a masterpiece.
It's like
I think they're
average,
baffled.
isn't it? It's like down the middle.
Yeah.
What was the other thing that there was another AI type tool that I was. Oh no, not a tool, but when I was checking I still call it Grime Daily, GRM Daily website. They shared an article which was like kind of trying to determine the greatest or like most influential grime artist or UK rapper or something like that, and it was this huge article. AI. They just like gave it a bunch of artist names, told it what they wanted it to do, and it wrote an article trying to determine who the best was. But it wasn't. There was something off about it. It was like the reasoning for each artist was. It felt very robotic and formulaic. It didn't feel like someone wrote it, which kind of made me pleased. I'm not going to lie, because I was like, if this is on the spot on or like really really original, then yeah, the AI is further along than I thought it was. But has anyone read any articles like that where someone's like just putting a topic?
Like I said, I've been into this whole scene for a while. So since like this time last year, people have been churning out AI content, AI this, AI that, making AI avatar of their voice. Like in the podcasting industry, obviously, there's a big concern for this because technically, for all of us, there's hours and hours of us out there speaking. You could train an AI model to speak like us, so you could get it to call your family and put them in distress and all these types of things. So there's definitely concerns about it, how good it is, but there's also parts of it that's all the way off, because your family would and should know what you operate like, how you are like, do you know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know. It's not all the way there yet, and I don't think it'll ever get to where we think it might go, which is like it'll start trying to take over, or it'll start doing things like better than other people, because we're humans and we're trying to entertain other humans. It doesn't make sense for a computer to try to entertain a human. It's not ever going to be fun or interesting or entertaining.
Yeah, I was definitely when all this first was popping off a few months ago, I was definitely thinking of iRobot and things like that.
Terminator,
I was going too deep. It's way too deep. But no, look, it's part of it is. Some of it is exciting. Some of it is, I think, going to be for the benefit of artists. But yeah, they've got to get this one right, man. And as we've kind of discussed, I don't have faith really in the powers that be to do this in an ethical way. But like I say, hopefully the masses, hopefully the actual artists and the technicians, the craftsmen themselves kick up enough fuss and stop this from getting out of hand. But listen, if we just stop here and all we get is Spotify DJ,
I'm happy. Yeah,
whatever his
Professor
name,
X.
their name, yeah, I'm happy with Professor X. Let's just put all the resources into that. Yeah. Hey, this is Sean, and thanks for listening to another episode of The Grey Area. Are you an upcoming artist, critic, journalist, or content creator? Hit us up on our Discord or in our YouTube comments if you want to share new music, take part in an interview, or are interested in collaborating. Links to these can be found in the show notes. Take care.